Hi, we are Goliath Goopers, and we are creating the VR escape room. I'm Saran, and my group members are Justin, Bosco, and Jarvis.
So this is the system architecture for our VR escape room. Almost all of the uses will be within the Oculus Quest. You'll start off by the player kind of walking around, let them explore the escape room, and then with the two controllers, they'll be able to interact with like objects, so like a chair in the room or eventually opening doors. Another way is that within the Oculus Quest is also the puzzles, which is when you pass a certain point in the rooms, Oculus Quest will turn on its cameras showing you the outside world, and then the user will have to physically touch those and use those to unlock escape doors, and then the heart rate monitor. So as their heart rate increases, this will add more horror elements into the room. So maybe more smoke, maybe some voices, and they'll all work together to kind of give the experience of the VR escape room and how the player uses it to eventually escape the room.
For our prototype, we have a Unity scene where you can walk around and interact with objects. We also have Arduino integration implemented. So whenever a puzzle is done, the door will lock and open. Currently, we are 3D printing the puzzles and redesigning them as we 3D print them. Also, we are creating and adding more assets to Unity to create a more immersive feel.
For our comparison analysis, we first cited a scientific paper that actually took note of physiological markers such as heart rate or saliva in patients, in which they were French emergency medical service workers, and they actually gauged how they performed on the job under a high stress environment and how their performance was actually improved due to the stressful situations they were put in. Secondly, for a patent, we looked at a patent on providing haptic puzzles for VR gaming, in which they would use objects in a 3D space with a three-dimensional cursor, moving around the object to give haptic feedback and give a visual sensation of these 3D objects using a haptic device. For the commercial product here, we chose the game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. This is basically a VR co-op game in which one player is outside of the VR with a little pamphlet that has all the different ways to defuse the bomb and the various puzzles in it, while one person is in the VR environment, and they'll have a pre-generated bomb with different puzzles on it. It's up to them to communicate vocally, saying which puzzles they're looking at, what the puzzles look like, what color the wires are, and then it's up to the person outside of VR to collaborate, understand what puzzle they're looking at, and how they can solve it.
So to validate our escape room project, there are four different parts of qualification, and first part being the design. So to validate the design, we'll have to see if the map actually gives off the right feel of intensity and the horror feel to the user. Um, Also, see if the puzzles are easy to use and understand, as well as a heart rate monitor that does not interfere with or disrupt the user's action. And on the installation part, we gotta make sure that the Arduino is put together properly within the puzzle parts, and the Unity project is linked up with Oculus Quest without any connection issues or glitches. The puzzle works and can be used without extra aids or like helps, things like that. And the third part being of the operation, we're looking for if the puzzles work properly without any connection or technical issues. Um, and the Oculus Quest works and immerse the users into the experience. And the last thing would be the performance. And we have to see if the puzzles continue worked as is intended for multiple users and like continue to use it, as well as the Arduino continues to work with the Unity program.